So, everyone loves penne arrabbiata. The flavors seem so plainly obvious. Tomatoes, garlic, hot spice. But without the right balance and complexity, it can taste as flat as the planet we're living on. What I finally figured out is that, like all great secrets, there are complex things that need to work together invisibly to make it feel so deceptively simple. Let's make some angry sauce. So we're going to be using some ingredients that the lamestream cooking shows won't always tell you belong in an arrabbiata sauce. But if you like tasty, spicy, angry sauce, this one is going to make you happy and angry enough to say, "Not today, lizard people. Not today." First, you're going to want to toss a couple of small anchovy fillets into a hot pan with some olive oil, no more than a couple. This isn't a puttanesca or one of the other myriad Italian sauces that call for anchovies, but the subtle punch adds umami and depth without calling attention to itself. Get your chopped red onion and garlic into that hot pan just before the anchovy fully dissolves. Gotta be red onion. You want the edgier punch. Yellow or white is gonna sweeten. Keep the pan moving, get the garlic and onion softening, and as they're getting translucent, maybe a little brown on the edges, throw in a few slices of some pepperoncini. It's another spice factor with another flavor profile, and it adds a gentle vinegary bite that is really exciting on the tongue. I'm also going to suggest you throw in a tablespoon of Calabrian chili paste. I know, Bobby Flay, blah, blah, blah. Everyone now admits Bobby Flay helped bring Iron Chef to America to get us to let our guard down so they could stock 5G spices on our ethnic food aisles. But whatever. Calabrian chilies are delicious and meld beautifully with the other heat. You still use Facebook, even though Nazis are on it, live streaming murder-suicides, right? Then we can keep using Calabrian chilies, even though Bobby Flay loves them, as long as we're not actually cooking 5G. All right, add a big pinch of smoked paprika. Do not substitute or use regular or sweet paprika unless you're cooking for an airline or a junior high school cafeteria. Smoked paprika. It adds another flavor spice profile along with a nice roasty, toasty, smoky depth. What's wonderful about the different spicy components we've now put together is that they meld and work together. They combine to become one unified spice bouquet, if you will. A beautiful bouquet, like the Hawaii logo. Now, get a heaping tablespoon of tomato paste into that hot pan, salt and pepper, get it heated through, and have your blender ready. As soon as you can get this into the blender without immolation or any other self-injury, you're gonna blend it. You don't want pieces or chunks of onions or a bite of pepperoncini in this sauce. Think of this as kind of a base paste. Now, back to the pan, back to the heat. Get a little dry white wine in there, deglaze that pan, stir in your base paste and your tomatoes. I always recommend whole canned San Marzanos, but you're gonna be good with any good quality canned tomato that's in good sized chunks that's stewed in its own juices. Get this heated through hot. Now, for the right consistency, you're gonna use one of these. You're gonna mash it, you're gonna rice it, you're gonna mash it in that pan until it's a lovely consistency. A little rustic, a little lumpy, but no big, huge chunks. Now, dried red pepper flakes. This is where you're gonna spice it to the level you prefer. Go heavy if you like the heat and you like to sweat, or you can go easy because we've already baked in a really nice sauce that's gonna have a nice salt burn. Time to get that pasta in the water now. By the time your pasta is done, so's your gravy, sauce, whatever you like to call it, depending on the family you came from or how many episodes of The Sopranos you sat through. I like to throw a spoonful of the sauce in the bowl before the pasta, toss it together, get a light coating on it, then pile a scoop of sauce on top, adding Parmigiano and chopped fresh parsley, of course. I'd recommend a Sagazio Zin with this. The concentrated fruit and nice structure play really nicely with the meal. A Negroni while you're cooking, always nice. Check out Stanley Tucci's recipe for that. Just don't stare at his arms while you've got a sharp knife in your hand, cutting onions and garlic.